Good morning to all my, is it morning or afternoon? Today is the 10th of August 2024. A pleasant good afternoon to all my amazing viewers. It has been some time now since I've posted to the channel Alligator Journeys. I just want to say a massive thank you again to all of you who have subscribed to this channel. I hope the videos that I've uploaded already are videos that you have found to be interesting, and if you can't, even if all of the videos are not interesting, but there will be something there for you. All right, I'm in a little town called Aldershot. The pronunciation may be a little slightly different. It's spelled ALDERSHOT, Aldershot. All right, and I'm where the Tesco is, the big super hypermarket Tesco, and I'm in this area. I'm gonna pop into a cafe and to get some work done. By the way, as I said to you before, today is the 10th of August 2024. Aldershot, this is, I think, one of the many areas where we have what they call the riots or the demonstration. I'm not sure if I'm going to be at that specific location where the demonstration happened and so forth. However, this is the very place in terms of the area it took place. So this is Tesco, one of the largest supermarkets in this part of the UK. You can see the car park is huge. If you are within this area, I think this is Hampshire. Yep, Hampshire, bordering Surrey. You can get a car wash like I think most Tesco's big supermarkets. You'll have car wash. Now the car wash, I guess, may have just rented or leased the area so they're able to wash cars, but if you want your cars to be washed, you can come here. Now the car park is more than sufficient. As you can see, this is huge. It's really massive, and inside the store, which is interesting, is not a two-floor supermarket like many of the others, and they're in this massive. You go on the right hand side there, you're looking at, that's where all the food stuff, you'll find all the grocery stuff. On the left hand side, on the ground floor, you'll have a few clothing items and so forth, but not like you'd have one in like the one I've shown to you before in Horsham. Huge upstairs, everywhere upstairs is, lots of clothes. The George brand. Is it the George brand? I don't know. George's Tesco. George's Asda. Can't remember. I think George's Asda. But whatever the brand that Tesco uses for clothing, you have all of that there. You don't have it in this branch here. So I'm going to be walking from here in Tesco, Aldershot, to the center of Aldershot. All right. And I just wanted to share this journey with you, as the name of my channel is Alligator Journey. All right, one other thing I didn't tell you, I've told you about the supermarket that's there. I talked about the huge car park. Now I've also the car park continues here, and by the way, go all the way around the side of the building. I told you about the car wash. And of course, as most Tesco supermarkets, they would actually have the huge hypermarket. They would always have, or usually have, a petrol station or fuel station. And here we are. As you can see, again, the 10th of August 2024, for unleaded gas, that's petrol, £1.38. Sorry, 138 pounds. Sorry. Apologize. Let's do this again. So that is, yeah, so what am I saying? So that's £1 and 38, £1 and 38 pence, approximately 139 pence per litre for unleaded petrol. And for the diesel litre is, per litre is £1 and 43 pence. Let's say £1 and 44 pence, okay? So that's the price of petrol here. I haven't looked anywhere else to see if it's cheaper here, but usually tend to be slightly cheaper. All right. If you're watching from overseas, I think scene like this is very similar. I'm sure in your country you'll have supermarket with petrol station and so forth, equivalent to Tesco. All right, so I'm going to cross right here. Thank you very much. Did you see what happened there, guys? The car drove past and didn't stop. Drove past the pedestrian crossing. All right, so I'm gonna head off to the town center now. See, the car park continues all the way out there. Massive, isn't it? And you can click and collect as well. I've never ever used that. I think most Tesco's are like this. You know, I got caught at this very Tesco before. I remember I came here with my wife, and at the time I had some really urgent work doing, so I dropped my wife off at church, stayed into the cafe. By the way, I didn't say this, in the store there's also a cafe. You can sit and you can order stuff just like any other cafe. Wi-Fi is available and so forth. So I sat there. I remember it was on maybe about minutes to 11, or let's just after 10:30, and it happened that I overstayed the 3 hours, and I got a bill that I need to pay because I stayed over 3 hours. So you can see it says 3 hours between 6 a.m. and 10 p.m. You can say 3 hours, that's free. Between 10 p.m. and 2 a.m. 1 hour, and so forth and so forth. If you go beyond 3 hours, they will charge you. Okay, I'm going to cross the road now, and I'm going to take that footpath to get into the center of Aldershot. Okay. Thank you very much, boss. Thank you. Yeah, that's the lovely person that's allowed me to pass. He stopped and waved me through. Okay. So we're not far from Guildford. From Guildford, maybe an hour. No. So what am I saying? I'm not in Crawley. I'm in Aldershot. So Guildford, literally 10 minutes, 15 minutes max. Farnham, another same 5, 6, 7, 8 minutes, and the town center's there. So I'm going to hit the road now, and yeah, I'm going to stop the video right now, or pause it rather, and I'll pick up when I get back, when I get into the center. All right, good. There's no point me showing you the footpath. It's very similar to all other footpaths. So I will pause now, and I'll pick up later on when I enter the town center. I'm heading off to a cafe and to do some work there, and I'm contemplating having a bit of breakfast, even though I'm trying the intermittent fasting. All right, see you in a bit. Okay guys, I'm back. Yes, as I said to you, I was going to pause the video, and when I get to the center I will resume. So yeah, once again, welcome to Alleygale Journeys, and I'm in a town called Aldershot, where we had the riots or demonstration protest last week or the week before. This spot was one of, not exactly this spot, but Aldershot was one of the many areas that we had the incidents of violence according to the media and the police. I say that because I wasn't there. All right, so here we are, Aldershot, and I'm heading towards. What's that? Aldershot. Our good young man. Um, so yeah, there's a Morris's supermarket there. I've just left Tesco. And this little complex here, you can see there's City World. So there's a cinema, Westgate. There's Nando's, and there's Travel Lodge, and there's Pier Gym as well. You know what? Where I work, I've not had anybody or in that area that has said one positive thing about Aldershot. That's not good. There's almost, and I'm not quite criticizing my colleagues who have said, "Oh, this is like almost like a war zone, a bit of a ghetto kind of, oh, if you go there, like all the despots and so forth." I'm not criticizing them, because maybe they're operating from what they have heard, or if they had experienced anything, maybe the area that they've been. Now, of course, this is not like Chelsea, all right? This is a very, I would say, mixed community in every way. Mixed in terms of the multiculturalness, which is brilliant in my opinion. Mixed in terms of the sort of the buildings that you see here. To me, this is a real place. I can relate to here. You have everybody here, all class of people here, all right? And as a result, yeah, I'm very comfortable here. But some of my colleagues and people at my workplace, I've said, at least 2-3 of them, I've said this is the worst place to be. Yeah, but I guess me being from the Caribbean and understanding the range of experiences that people have while living in a community, I understand that. A community where you have the very rich, the very poor, those in the middle, but we all interact to make the community a very, I would say, enjoyable place and a vibrant place to live together. While here, yeah, so I guess we're all looking through different lenses. Yep, if you're born in an area where all you ever been experienced is Chelsea-like, or very, what would say, I hate the word, but those who are wealthy, upper class. I'm not saying people are necessarily poor here, but here's a real world where people, struggle, but they can aspire to become the best they can be. And to be honest with you, by the standard of many, many countries, this is a brilliant place. Yeah, so I personally haven't had any issues here. And even if there were pockets, if there were crime in areas like this, I would almost want to say, I guarantee you, it's be pockets which would not be different from many, many, many kind of real world communities. Quite often, like where I work, and the people who I said to you made those claims, or their view that this is not a great place to live, for many of them, they're living in a bubble. Yeah, they wake up, and again, it's not a criticism. That's how it is. Many of them, that's not necessarily their fault. They were born in it, and it's not a bad thing per se. But what it does do, though, it does skew one's perception. If you're in a bubble, you never get out of that bubble, interact with people around you, seeing people from different walks of life, seeing people, in terms of culture, race, in terms of socio-economic background, in terms of diversity of thought, not just culture. If you're not from a place, as I've just described, it's really pretty easy to have this kind of linear, one-track, kind of narrow, limited view and perspective of the world beyond your bubble. And so, yeah, so here, you have shops and people around. Yep, you can see that. Yeah, this is Aldershot. So So I'm gonna go down now to the cafe, and actually, you know what? Let's look at this. Let's see how much for their restaurants. Sorry, how much for their breakfast here. Oh, they're closed. They're closed. Yeah, I like the setup. I like the vibes. It's real to me. If I had the money, of course I'd buy a house here. Of course I would live. Yeah, why not? Okay, I'm going to pop in this shop now. Okay, give me a second. I'll get back to you.